reliable is your memory? You might think you have a great memory because you managed to remember things you have done 15 years ago. However, memories can be more confusing than what you normally believe they are because there exist false and true memories. Now, scientists are discussing if it is worth it for psychologists to implant false memories in people's minds for benefit of them. Psychologist Elizabeth Loftus has been studying memory for the past 40 years and has made certain discoveries that for many can be considered fascinating. In the TED Talk video, she is discussing a certain case she was investigating about a certain person named Titus, who, due to a false memory created by a witness, he was sentenced to prison. Later, he managed to prove his innocence, but due to his resentment, he later died by a stress related heart attack when he was barely 35 years old. As you can see, memory can affect not just one person, but also the lives of many. Memory can play roles that tend to confuse one's own point of view. For example, there was a study where people got to see a picture of a car accident and were told to guess the precise velocity they had before the accident occurred. And some people even started saying they saw broken glass in the accident scene. That is one example of how confusing our memory can be and play with our own minds. Most of these cases, psychologists were the ones that made hints for people to remember those memories as they wanted. After they realized that was possible, they started trying to make people remember false memories that were in certain ways a bit more traumatic or stress related memories. In some cases, psychologists made people believe that when they were at the age of 6, they had an accident related to almost drowning in the ocean and being saved by a lifeguard. As you can see, mind is very easy to manipulate. According to Loftus, in the TED Talk, many psychologists use this method for their own benefit, and instead of making better development in the solution of problems, people were instead having other related problems that were, in some cases, harder to gain a solution to them. The mind is not a playground where we can go and play. As Loftus said, many people believe that the memory works as a recording device. Memory works a little bit more like a Wikipedia page. You can go in there and change it, but so can other people. So you have to be careful about that. The mind is a very complex processor, but despite that, as we saw previously, mind can be manipulated. But that does not mean it has to be in a bad way, but instead, it can be in a way that helps society. Loftus has thought of a solution to solve many problems. It is based in creating false memories in certain people's mind that will, instead of harm, it will benefit them greatly. As a study shows, some people that were induced to believe that a certain food caused them harm when they were young, if they were to eat it afterwards, they would refuse it. These can also be reversible with a food they dislike, and false memories are induced to make them believe that they like that certain type of food. This way, it can help people solve problems like diabetes, obesity, anorexia, and all kinds of diseases related to ingestion of food. Although this sounds good and all, most people are against this proposal because even though it sounds as a general solution for most diseases, people believe that this is against humans' right because it is messing with a person's life memories. Even though those memories may be not the best ones, Those memories are the essence of our uniqueness. That is why psychologists as Loftus are criticized daily. But Loftus said that if she was to decide if she had to mess with a small fake memory to her child and not let him suffer from diabetes or any other disease, she was in favor of such changes. In my opinion, it is appropriate for people to consider every aspect of this situation, and as Loftus said, it is better for a short false memory to exist and cure any future problem or disease that they may have and use them for good. So, summarizing all the video, we may see that the memory can be manipulated. That is why we should be careful and not rely purely on our memory to come to conclusions, because we may affect a person's life for good. Thank you.